Welcome to Stories That Stay, where William reflects on the lives of remarkable individuals whose memory continues to resonate through time. This channel honors cherished figures from film, music, television, and culture by sharing the moments, achievements, and emotions they left behind. Through every tribute, their story remains alive, meaningful, and forever remembered by those they inspired. Marclair Costello was an American actress whose long and steady career made a quiet but meaningful impact across television, film, and acting education. She was known for bringing emotional depth and realism to her roles, building a reputation as a strong character actress rather than focusing on fame or publicity. Born on February 3, 1936 in Peoria, Illinois, she grew up during a time when American television and cinema were rapidly expanding. From an early age, she showed interest in performance and storytelling, which eventually led her toward professional acting. She later trained at the Actors Studio in New York City, where she developed a method-based approach that emphasized truth, emotion, and strong character work. Before gaining recognition on the screen, she spent years working in theater, which helped shape her disciplined and expressive acting style. Her stage background gave her a strong foundation that carried into her television and film roles. She became widely recognized for her work on The Waltons, where she portrayed a warm and grounded character that resonated with audiences. She also appeared in shows like Murder, She Wrote, and Chicago Hope, consistently delivering dependable performances. In film, she took on a variety of roles, including appearances in Let's Scare Jessica to Death, Ordinary People, and Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, showing her range across different genres. Later in life, she shifted her focus toward teaching acting, sharing her experience with students and emphasizing honesty and emotional connection in performance. Marclair Costello passed away in New York City at the age of 90. Her legacy remains rooted in craft, discipline, and a lifelong dedication to acting and storytelling. Kay, born Kasim Ryan on August 11, 1972, was a deeply respected figure in underground hip-hop, known for his introspective writing and stripped-down musical style. He grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, a neighborhood that heavily influenced his perspective and lyrical themes. From a young age, he was drawn to storytelling through rap, beginning to write rhymes as early as 8 years old, after being inspired by artists like Slick Rick. Over time, he developed a quiet, deliberate delivery that stood out in contrast to more commercial sounds, focusing instead on dense, reflective narratives about life, struggle, and personal philosophy. In the early 1990s, he began recording and refining his craft within underground circles, including associations with artists connected to natural elements. As his style matured, he became known for self-produced, minimalist beats paired with sharp, thoughtful lyrics. Albums such as Honor Killed the Samurai and The Knight's Gambit earned critical acclaim for their poetic depth and cohesion. Beyond music, Ka also dedicated more than 20 years to public service as a member of the New York City Fire Department, eventually serving as a captain and responding to major events including 9/11. He passed away unexpectedly in New York City at the age of 52, leaving behind a legacy defined by discipline, artistry, and quiet influence in hip-hop culture. 20 years ago, this week, the music world quietly lost June Pointer at just 52 years old. She was a key voice in the Pointer Sisters, a family band that helped shape the sound of pop, R&B, and dance music through the 1970s and 1980s. June's vocal presence added warmth, energy, and character to a group that became known for crossing genres with ease and confidence. Together, the group delivered timeless hits like Fire, He's So Shy, Jump for My Love, and I'm So Excited. These songs weren't just chart successes, they became part of everyday life, played on radios, at parties, and across dance floors worldwide, carrying a sense of joy and movement that still feels fresh today. Behind the success, however, there was also a more personal reality shaped by the pressures of fame and constant change. Life in the spotlight brought challenges that often went unseen, even as the music continued to shine. When June Pointer passed away, it marked the end of an important chapter in pop history. Still, her voice remains present in the recordings she left behind, continuing to bring energy and emotion to listeners across generations. John Cassaday was widely regarded as one of the most talented and visually distinctive comic book artists of his generation, known for bringing a cinematic and emotionally grounded style to superhero storytelling. Born on December 14, 1971, in Fort Worth, Texas, he developed a reputation early on for his striking attention to detail and ability to make even the most fantastical scenes feel real and human. His breakthrough work on Planetary with writer Warren Ellis showcased his unique artistic voice and quickly established him as a major creative force in the industry. He later contributed to several high-profile titles, including Astonishing X-Men, Captain America, and Star Wars, where his artwork helped redefine the visual tone of these iconic franchises. Fans and fellow artists often praised his ability to treat each panel like a carefully composed film frame, blending emotion, atmosphere, and storytelling seamlessly. Beyond traditional comics, he also explored work in television direction and design, expanding his creative influence into other visual mediums. His contributions earned him multiple industry awards and lasting respect among peers. Cassaday passed away in New York City at the age of 52, and his sudden loss deeply affected the global comic community. He's remembered for inspiring countless artists and leaving behind a body of work that continues to influence modern visual storytelling. Some lives feel larger than the screen that made them famous, shaped by a mix of talent, struggle, visibility, and constant reinvention. This is one such life where global recognition came early, but personal understanding took much longer to settle. Behind the admiration and headlines is a story of emotional depth, shifting identity, and the search for stability in an unstable world. Fame created opportunity, but it also amplified pressure and scrutiny, turning private experiences into public discussion. Yet beneath all of that remains a human journey marked by growth, loss, and transformation. Before awards and recognition, there was simply a young person navigating uncertainty, trying to understand herself and her place in a world that often felt unpredictable and overwhelming. Early childhood, shaped by absence, her early years carried a quiet weight that came from emotional distance and instability within the family structure. Growing up in a home led by a single parent meant learning resilience earlier than most, but it also meant missing the comfort of consistency. Life was shaped by change, uncertainty, and financial pressure, which created an environment where emotional security was not always guaranteed. While one parent lived in the public eye, her everyday reality was much more grounded and unpredictable. That contrast created confusion, but also heightened awareness of human emotions and behavior. Instead of experiencing a stable childhood foundation, she adapted quickly to shifting circumstances and learned to rely on herself emotionally. These early experiences influenced how she later understood trust, attachment, and identity. Even without realizing it at the time, these conditions shaped her sensitivity and emotional depth, becoming part of her personality long before fame, ambition, or public attention entered her life. Struggles with identity and teenage years. During her teenage years, she faced difficulty feeling accepted in environments that often felt judgmental and emotionally distant. School life did not provide the sense of belonging she needed, and she frequently felt like an outsider looking in. This experience led her to withdraw inward, spending more time exploring her thoughts and emotions rather than seeking approval from others. Instead of building confidence through social acceptance, she developed a private inner world shaped by reflection and imagination. Her sensitivity, though sometimes overwhelming, became an important part of how she understood people and emotions. These years were not defined by popularity or ease, but by searching for identity and meaning. The feeling of being different created emotional depth that later became an important strength. Over time, this internal complexity allowed her to connect with emotional expression in a way that felt natural, shaping how she later approached creativity and storytelling. Early emotional turbulence and coping mechanisms. As she moved through adolescence and early adulthood, emotional challenges sometimes surfaced in deeply personal and private ways. These struggles were not visible to the outside world, but reflected an internal effort to understand identity, pressure, and emotional intensity. Like many young people experiencing instability, she went through periods of confusion and self-exploration. During this time, she gradually began finding healthier ways to process emotions through reflection, support systems, and personal growth. Over time, therapy and self-awareness helped guide her toward more balanced emotional understanding. Rather than defining her future in a negative way, these experiences became part of her emotional development. They helped her understand pain in a broader human sense, increasing her empathy and emotional awareness. This phase ultimately contributed to her ability to relate to others with compassion, turning personal difficulty into deeper understanding rather than limitation. Entry into acting an early career. Her entry into acting began as a creative space where emotion and imagination could come together in meaningful ways. Early training in small roles gave her the opportunity to explore characters and develop an understanding of storytelling. She quickly gained attention for her emotional intensity and natural presence on screen, which set her apart from others. Even when projects were small or did not achieve commercial success, her performances stood out. She was not shaped into a conventional image of an actor, but instead developed a reputation for unpredictability and raw emotional expression. Casting professionals noticed her ability to bring depth to roles that required more than surface-level performance. Acting became more than a profession. It became a form of emotional communication. Through it, she found a way to express complex feelings that were difficult to articulate in everyday life, turning personal experience into artistic expression. Breakthrough and critical recognition. Her breakthrough performances marked a turning point where talent began receiving wider recognition and respect. These roles required emotional vulnerability and strength, which she delivered with remarkable authenticity. Critics and audiences responded strongly to her ability to portray complex emotional states in a believable and powerful way. Awards and nominations soon followed, bringing her into global attention. However, with success came increased scrutiny as public interest expanded beyond her work into her personal life. The shift from emerging talent to global figure changed her relationship with privacy and visibility. Opportunities in the industry grew, but so did pressure and expectation. Every choice, both professional and personal, became subject to observation. This phase highlighted how success in entertainment often brings both admiration and intrusion, reshaping life in ways that extend far beyond career achievements and into personal identity. Public image and media attention. As her fame expanded, public perception became increasingly shaped by media narratives rather than personal reality. She was often portrayed in extreme ways, either fully praised or heavily criticized, leaving little room for nuance. This created a gap between her private self and the public version constructed through headlines and commentary. Media attention frequently focused on personal details, sometimes overshadowing her professional accomplishments and creative work. Over time, she learned to navigate this attention with greater awareness, understanding that public image is often shaped more by interpretation than truth. Despite constant visibility, she continued to focus on her career and personal growth. This experience taught her how fragile public perception can be and how quickly narratives can shift depending on external framing rather than lived reality. Relationships and emotional complexity. Her relationships often reflected emotional intensity, deep connection, and personal growth, which naturally attracted public attention. While media coverage tended to focus on external aspects, the reality of these relationships was far more layered and personal. They involved learning, change, and emotional development over time. As her life became more complex, she began prioritizing emotional stability and long-term understanding over intensity alone. Relationships gradually shifted from being influenced by external perception to being guided by personal meaning and responsibility. This change reflected emotional maturity and evolving life priorities. Family and long-term stability became more central, influencing how she approached connection and commitment. Over time, emotional balance became more important than public attention or outside speculation, shaping a more grounded approach to personal relationships. Transformation through motherhood. Motherhood became one of the most significant transformations in her life, bringing emotional grounding and clarity of purpose. Adopting children from different backgrounds expanded her understanding of family beyond traditional definitions. Each child added a unique emotional dimension, reshaping her sense of responsibility and connection. Biological motherhood deepened this experience further, strengthening her protective instincts and emotional focus. These changes shifted her priorities away from personal ambition toward care, stability, and long-term family well-being. Family became the center of her decisions, influencing both her personal life and professional direction. Motherhood provided a sense of grounding that helped her navigate the pressures of fame, creating a deeper emotional foundation that guided her life forward with greater purpose and balance. Humanitarian work and global advocacy. Her humanitarian involvement became a defining part of her identity, shaped by direct exposure to global inequality and human suffering. Traveling to regions affected by conflict and displacement gave her first-hand understanding of vulnerability and resilience. These experiences were deeply personal, not symbolic, and influenced how she viewed responsibility and privilege. Over time, she became more actively engaged in advocacy work, using her public platform to highlight issues often overlooked by mainstream attention. Her efforts evolved from occasional participation to long-term commitment, reflecting a deeper sense of purpose. This work expanded her identity beyond entertainment, positioning her as a global advocate focused on awareness, support, and long-term impact for communities in need. Health decisions and personal strength. In later years, she faced significant health-related decisions based on genetic risk awareness. These choices required emotional strength, careful thought, and long-term planning. Although made privately, she later chose to share her experience publicly to raise awareness and encourage preventive health discussions. Her openness helped contribute to global conversations about early medical action and women's health. The process involved both emotional and physical challenges, but it also reflected courage and responsibility. Through these decisions, she demonstrated resilience and a willingness to confront difficult realities while prioritizing long-term well-being for herself and her family. This phase highlighted strength not only in action, but also in transparency and awareness. Partnership and family life evolution. Her long-term partnership became widely recognized and closely followed by the public due to their combined visibility. Together, they formed a blended family that reflected cultural diversity and shared responsibility. Initially, their connection was strengthened by shared goals and values. However, maintaining privacy under constant public attention became increasingly difficult over time. Differences in lifestyle and direction gradually created emotional distance. Despite separation, both individuals remained committed to co-parenting and ensuring stability for their children. Their focus shifted toward protecting family life from external pressure and maintaining consistency for emotional well-being. This phase reflected the challenges of sustaining personal relationships under continuous public observation. Public breakdown of relationship. The separation became a widely discussed public event, drawing global media attention and speculation. Legal and emotional processes unfolded under intense scrutiny, making privacy difficult to maintain. Both individuals attempted to protect their children from unnecessary exposure during a sensitive period of transition. While public narratives often focused on speculation, the real priority remained family stability and emotional care. The situation highlighted the difficulty of managing personal separation while living under constant observation. Over time, efforts were made to reduce tension and prioritize long-term well-being for everyone involved, especially the children at the center of the situation. Custody challenges and family privacy. Following separation, custody arrangements became a central focus, requiring ongoing negotiation and legal structure. These discussions reflected the complexity of shared parenting in a highly visible environment. Both parents worked to maintain emotional security for their children while limiting media exposure. Different perspectives shaped the process, but the shared goal remained the well-being of the family. The extended nature of these arrangements showed how difficult it is to separate private life from public attention. Gradually, steps were taken to create more stability and reduce emotional strain for the children involved, emphasizing consistency over conflict, emotional impact, and personal reflection. The emotional impact of public and private challenges led to a period of reflection and adjustment. She focused on rebuilding personal balance while continuing professional responsibilities. Family remained a central grounding force during this time, providing emotional stability and direction. Life became less focused on external attention and more centered on internal healing and understanding. Through reflection, she began redefining her identity beyond public expectations and external narratives. This phase emphasized emotional resilience, self-awareness, and long-term perspective, allowing her to move forward with greater clarity and emotional strength. Professional evolution and directing career. Her career evolved beyond acting into directing, giving her greater creative control and storytelling freedom. This shift allowed her to explore themes of human conflict, resilience, and emotional truth from a different perspective. Directing became a space for deeper artistic expression and global storytelling. Her work increasingly focused on meaningful narratives rather than only performance-based roles. This evolution reflected her growth as an artist, expanding her identity from performer to creator and storyteller with a broader vision. Public perception and legacy discussion. Over time, public perception shifted from personal controversy to recognition of broader contributions. Early attention often focused on her private life, but later years highlighted humanitarian work and creative achievements. Her legacy became associated with advocacy, storytelling, and emotional resilience. While opinions about her remain varied, her influence across multiple fields is widely acknowledged. She continues to be viewed as a complex and impactful figure whose life reflects both public fascination and meaningful contribution to art and humanitarian work. Conclusion and continuing journey. Her journey continue as an ongoing process of growth, change, and adaptation. Each stage of her life reflects transformation shaped by experience, responsibility, and resilience. From early uncertainty to global recognition, from personal struggles to humanitarian purpose, her path demonstrates depth and complexity. Fame amplified both challenges and opportunities, shaping a life lived under constant observation. Yet through it all, she continues to evolve, balancing identity, purpose, and responsibility in a world that never stops watching.